This is the second generation Audi Q5, and in this video we'll tell you how good or bad it really is in every area. But before we get started, make sure you've subscribed to our YouTube channel so you never miss another video. And if you're thinking about buying a new car, head to whatcar.com, go to our new car buying section where we can help save you thousands and there's no need to haggle. As you can see, styling-wise, it's very similar to the first generation that came out in 2008, but there are some key differences. Model to model then, this second generation is around 90 kilograms lighter. It boasts a whole host of efficient and impressive engines, and it also promises a lavish and spacious interior. What do you think of its looks, and how does it compare to Land Rover's Discovery Sport, BMW's X3 and the Alfa Romeo Stelvio? Why not tell us in our poll? Audi has a habit of showing other manufacturers how to make cars look and feel fantastic inside, and this Q5 is a prime example. Press something that's meant to move, such as one of these switches, and without exception it will click precisely and feel properly plush. Press something that's not meant to move and it won't, because the fixtures and fittings are so robust. But it isn't just inside the Q5 that feels solid either. Close a door and you'll hear a satisfying thunk, while all the panel gaps appear to be millimetre perfect. It's only the BMW X3 that gets anywhere near to matching its ultra-high standards, and it's also the only one that can rival Audi's MMI infotainment system. You get this rotary dial and also some shortcut buttons, which does make it really easy to navigate your way around the menu while you're on the move. And on top of that, you've got this screen up here, which is really easy to see. It's crisp, it's sharp, and it's in a really great place. You get a 7-inch screen as standard, and if you get the upgraded system, it's an 8.3-inch screen. Every version of the Q5 gets a height adjustable driver's seat. There's also plenty of range backwards and forwards for those taller drivers and not quite so tall drivers. And you can move the steering wheel up and down and in and out, so it adjusts for reach and rake, so you should be able to find a comfortable driving position. Not only that, you get 4-way adjustable lumbar support, so you could get quite fussy with this. I'm just getting it just perfect. And then there's also an adjustable driver's seat base, and the seats overall grip you securely, so if you are doing some spirited driving around the corners, you should stay in place. It's not just comfort the Q5 does well. The digital instrument display is clear and all the buttons are clearly labelled and within easy reach to hit on the move. No matter what size you are, you'll have plenty of space because it is very large inside this car, and there's plenty of storage as well. So we've got banana, mobile phone, healthy snack, and underneath here we've got 2 cup holders and adjustable armrest. A little bit of stowage there and something there. Not big enough for my sunglasses, but they will fit in the glove box, along with a few other things as well, probably. And this large bottle of water will fit in the door bin. Excellent. In the back, you get loads of headroom and a decent amount of knee room, and you can fit 3 adults side by side, which you can in the Volvo XC60 and Land Rover Discovery Sport as well, but in those cars, it's a little more comfy because there's slightly more room. As standard, you get 60/40 split folding rear seats, which are easy to drop thanks to a couple of handy levers placed just inside the tailgate opening. We'd recommend ticking rear bench seat plus on the options list though. This gets you sliding and reclining rear seats as well as the more practical 40/20/40 split folding arrangement. As for the boot, you get a powered tailgate on all models, which is really useful. And the size is the same as Mercedes GLC and BMW's X3. It's also a really useful square shape. So as you can see, I've managed to fit my double pram in there, and I've got loads of space left over, so I've got some luggage here. And if you don't have this in the boot, you can fit 9 carry-on cases. And with the rear seats, if you go for the optional sliding ones, the boot then is one of the biggest in its class. But how expensive is the Q5 and what's it like to run one? These are the key things you need to know about buying and owning an Audi Q5. Being a premium badged SUV, the Q5 is not exactly cheap to buy. However, it is competitively priced against its closest rivals, the BMW X3 and Mercedes GLC. It should be worth at least as much or more than its rivals when it comes to selling it on. This also helps with finance deals, so it's surprisingly affordable compared to its rivals on a PCP finance deal. Company car drivers should look at the 40 TDI because it has relatively low CO2 emissions, which in turn keeps company car tax low. There's also a plug-in hybrid version on the way, which should have even lower CO2 emissions. That 40 TDI engine managed a respectable 41 miles per gallon in our real-world true MPG tests, which fares well against the equivalent engine in Volvo's XC60. Standard equipment is reasonably generous across the range, but if you go for our favourite model, which is the entry-level Sport, you get 18-inch alloy wheels, 3-zone climate control, cruise control and part leather seats. Consider adding the technology pack and you get Audi's virtual cockpit and the upgraded infotainment system. The Q5 comes with a 3-year, 60,000 mile warranty, which you can extend to 5 years and 90,000 miles, which you may want to do because Audi doesn't have a brilliant record for reliability. It finished 20th out of 31 manufacturers in our latest reliability survey. Safety experts Euro NCAP gave the Q5 the full 5-star safety rating. 6 airbags as well as automatic emergency braking are standard. The Audi Q5 has a simple engine lineup of 1 diesel, 1 petrol and a plug-in hybrid coming soon. The 40 TDI diesel makes the most sense. It's a 2-litre engine with 187 brake horsepower, and although it isn't particularly quick, it does get up to motorway speeds with very little drama and can match or better the pace of rivals with equivalent engines. It's fitted with a 7-speed automatic gearbox, which can be a little slow-witted when pulling away from junctions. The 45 TFSI petrol wouldn't be our first choice, but if you really don't want a diesel, it is worth a serious look. This 4-cylinder revs keenly and feels genuinely lively on the move. The plug-in hybrid is called the 55 TFSI-E and gets a 2-litre 4-cylinder petrol paired with a lithium-ion battery, which delivers 362 brake horsepower and a 0 to 62 miles per hour time of just 5.3 seconds. It has a claimed electric-only range of 26 miles. We haven't driven it yet, but it could certainly be worth a look. Similarly, if you want some serious pace, you can go for the SQ5, which is fitted with a 3-litre diesel engine, and it is effortlessly quick. And that's available at the end of the year. Sport, S-Line and Black Edition models get what Audi calls dynamic suspension as standard. With this setup, the regular Q5 is pretty comfortable, but if you really value ride comfort in your car, then you'll need the adaptive air suspension. Unfortunately, it's only standard on Vorsprung models and not even an option on the others, but if you do have it, then the Q5 offers the most comfortable ride of any SUV in this class. But if you want to drive the Q5 quickly, it isn't quite as rewarding as the very best handling cars in this class, the Jaguar F-Pace or Porsche Macan. That's mainly due to the steering, which doesn't give you quite the same sense of connection as these cars. It's precise enough to allow you to place the car accurately through bends though, and against other large SUVs, it handles very tidily. This is a wonderfully relaxing car on long journeys. Wind noise is well stifled at high speeds, partly helped by the standard acoustic glazing on the windscreen, and on all but the entry-level sport versions, the front side windows too. Every engine is smooth and hushed, and the diesel is among the quietest of its type in its class. So then, the Audi Q5 is one of the best SUVs that you can buy. It's incredibly comfortable and refined with a smooth and punchy engine lineup and a high quality interior. If you want a large SUV, it should definitely be on your shortlist. And if you do want to buy one, make sure you go to whatcar.com to find out how much money we could save you. You'll be able to see online straight away without the need for any haggling. And please subscribe to our YouTube channel because we have lots more great videos coming for you. If you've enjoyed this one, give it a like, and if you have any questions about the car, then please leave a comment.